Well, well, well. Even she knows that the Silver Surfer is male. He's a guy. Norrin Rad is a guy. He even sounds like a guy's name. She was probably like, wait, you cast me for who? I thought he was a guy. But we all know why. It starts with ESG and ends with DEI. That rhyme, don't hate to play, hate the game, bars, and you know I ain't lying. You know why you know I ain't lying? Because they said, we don't want to waste Norrin Rad. Wait, why would we do that? We want to bring him in later. Then why did you waste Reed Richards already in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? You already killed him. Made him look like a puss, like a punk, like a bum, weak. Wanda destroyed him like that, turned him into spaghetti. You killed several other characters also, which you're going to bring back, correct? Well, why would you do that there with Reed? A guy that actually looked like Reed Richards. And then bring us a new Reed Richards that's apparently going to stay our Reed Richards that doesn't even look like Reed Richards. That one obscure picture that keeps popping up, that everybody keeps showing with him with a beard, all of a sudden Pedro Pascal kind of resembles that. Come on. Come on. He doesn't even wear a beard in this, does he? He's got a mustache. I don't know what it is with him and that mustache, but he shaved his face for Wonder Woman, 1982. Anyway, so we all know why they did it. Think about it like this. Remember when in Civil War we were all going to see Spider-Man for the first time? Think if the Russos introduced Spider-Man as Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman. They used some obscure version of him or his daughter or something rather than giving us Peter Parker. Exactly. I don't care if Spider-Man's more popular. It doesn't matter. It's the principle of the matter. You give the people what they want. The fans don't want the one issue female Silver Surfer that you want to check a box for. They don't. Even the actress you hired for it knows. Let's check this article out. This should be fun. Sure, she took the paycheck anyway. I mean, she's in the movie. They're probably like, no, she's going to be an alternate version. Okay, fine. What do I sign? Julia Garner talks joining Fantastic Four First Steps. Wait, isn't the Silver Surfer a man? In her first interview about the movie, the Emmy award-winning Ozark actor teases what fans can expect from this different take on the wave-catching Herald. Haha, let's see what you did there. Julia Garner doesn't know how to surf. You'd think that would be the prerequisite to becoming Marvel's new Silver Surfer. But the Fantastic Four First Steps star tells Entertainment Weekly that she never needed to learn before getting all shiny to play the first live-action Shalabal. The Emmy Award-winning Ozark alum makes her Marvel Cinematic Universe debut July 25th on the big screen as the chrome wave-catching herald of the world-devouring space god. I'd be like, they be telling them, look, it needs to be this many words for these articles. And this is a little to me descriptive terms. And after a year of keeping quiet about it, she's finally able to open up and talk about it. She's so different than anyone I ever played, and that was also another reason why I wanted to do it. Garner tells EW, I don't expect everybody to watch Ozark. Scarlo tells me it's great. I actually have watched an episode or two, but I didn't really get into it. I may go further one of these days, see if I can settle into it. Anna, or the assistant, some people are only going to watch certain things. So that's why I want to branch out to every genre. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do Marvel. It's reaching a different kind of audience, which is very true. Below, Garner dives deep into her version of the Silver Surfer. Let's see here. I knew the basics of certain comic book characters, and that there was the Marvel. Now the air wants to come on. And the Marvel and the DC world, and they're very different. I knew about some of the famous comic book characters. Some of them I don't know. So I got presented with this opportunity. I was like, wait, what, me? Yeah, I was in disbelief. Almost because it was so cool. I knew who the Silver Surfer was, and I got to know the Silver Surfer more when I signed on to the project. I really dived in. I read a lot of the Fantastic Four and Silver Surfer comics before starting the project, and I knew that this Fantastic Four was going to be told in a very different way. Well, she's very right about that. So, we have a Reed that doesn't look like Reed. Wears a mustache. The rumor is Feige picked him because the team was too white. So, they picked Pedro Pascal. By the way, I was watching a meme the other day, and they were talking about how certain people will say Spanish people's names ethnically, but you don't do it with any other race on the planet. Okay? Nobody that's of African origin. No one said, what's his name? What is his name? No one says John Boyega. When they're talking and they're saying, so we had an interview with John Boyega. They don't do that. Why do people do that with people with Spanish names? I don't get that. And the guy that was making the joke, he was Irish. And he was talking about that. They'll say, oh, whatever Spanish name. And he was like, but I don't say, I came back, so you're trying to do like an Irish accent. But he said it kind of like a happy leprechaun the way he did it. I was like, that is so strange. What are they not trying to offend the Spanish-speaking people? You have to do, if you're going to do that only for Spanish-speaking people, then you have to do that for every race and ethnicity on the planet. So whenever you say someone that's they're Russian, their name, you got to speak it ethnically and authentically. Okay? When you say my name, Tyrone Magnus, you have to say Tyrone Magnus. That's how you got to say it. Whenever you got to break and do that. Okay? Whenever you say Spanish people, got to say it authentically. Okay? No matter what. They Chinese, Japanese, you better put on a Chinese accent or a Japanese accent and say their name that way. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway. Well, was there a specific comic book arc you pulled from? Well, there were certain things that were very important to know prior to signing on. I did not know that there was Shalabal, for example, another form of a Silver Surfer that's not like what you think of the Silver Surfer. The best parts of the comic, I noticed for me, and it's the same when you watch the movie that Rhyme They Play Game Bars. It's when it's surfing around space. Aesthetically, it looks incredible, and I'm really excited to see what the director. There's that. Nobody likes to look at the character, so nobody likes to look at the Silver Surfer. Okay, it's too plain, and I told you guys before, it's probably not detailed like Norrin Radd was in the first Fantastic Four movie because it's a woman. They don't want to show off too much of the female body. You got to avoid the female gaze. I mean, the male gaze. But you don't have to avoid the female gaze, correct? So, you got a Reed Richards that's not Reed Richards. They soften the Thing's voice. He looks spot on like certain comic book renderings of him. However, his voice isn't what it should be. He should have tasted the sauce like this. Here, let me taste the sauce. Needs more garlic. Needs more garlic. Put some more garlic in. Ready to eat. Come on. You know what I'm saying? That's what it should have been. So, we already have a Reed Richards and not Reed Richards. You already softened the Thing. The Thing don't talk like the Thing. The Silver Surfer ain't the Silver Surfer everybody wants. Everything's revolving around Sue Storm rather than Reed Richards and the team, because it's normally revolving around Reed Richards and the team. The Human Torch is no longer a womanizing, arrogant, funny, wild guy cowboy, because that's not sexy. It's the character. You're not giving us the Fantastic Four. You're giving us the Fantastic Four that you want them to be and you want us to accept. The modern audience that you speak of does not exist. You know it, and I know it. They are like 0.1% of the population. That's the reason why the movies have been doing well. That's the reason you're not marketing to the people that made you who you are. I'm not reading the rest of this article. We get the point here. And this is long. Good Lord. Long interview. Even she knew going in. She seems to be someone that's in the know a little bit about comic book characters. She know, wait, Silver Surfer guy, like, why me? You know what I'm saying? Boy, it is what it is. We're all going to have to wait for that day and see if it's good. I told you, if you want a real, honest review, someone that's not getting a paycheck from the companies or a gift basket that comes in every other month just to say something is good, you come over here. You get what I'm saying? Even when I was getting toys and packages, they never required me to give a great review of everything. It was never like that, which I thought was really cool. But you know what a lot of YouTubers and other people in the business do? Because they're getting these free movie tickets, because they're getting these gift baskets, because they're getting these early previews, they are afraid to speak their mind. They are simps, punks, cowards. They are scared, literally fearful of saying, hey, this ain't what I was looking for. You don't have to be disrespectful. I never said be disrespectful about it. But hey, look, this ain't what I'm looking for. This is bad. This is not working for me. Because they're afraid they'll lose their perks, which in the grand scheme of things mean nothing. It really doesn't mean anything. Because you can still get beaten views and popularity by some guy or girl that's just speaking their mind, that's not getting all of these things. People, recognize real. They know when you're shilling. They know when you're grifting to get stuff. I do all types of videos. You look at my videos, I got low views, mid views, and high views because I do what I want to do. I don't just specifically try to get a ton of views all the time. I know what videos get a ton of views all the time, and I would do them all the time if I wanted to do them all the time. I don't. I talk about what I want to talk about. Sometimes you might see 8,000 views. How the hell? Because I wanted to talk about it. Sometimes you see 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 150,000, sometimes more. It's all because I talk about what I want to talk about. I don't let, favoritism, trying to be in somebody's good graces all the time, make me make my decisions about how I talk about certain product. It is what it is. Post comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and share. Make sure you check back here every single day because I put out videos every single day. Whether you're getting notifications or not, I put out videos every single day. You know, I still got a guy commenting in my comment section, please review Sinners. I reviewed Sinners the day it came out. Yeah. You gotta watch every day or they won't send you notifications every day. That's the way YouTube is working now. You must watch every day or check back every day or you're not going to get the notifications. It's just how the algorithm's working right now. 10 million subscribers. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Assemble.